Hey friends, welcome back to my studio. I'm gonna paint on this little 4" by 4" canvas from Michaels. It's 1.5 inches thick. And I'm gonna paint a couple little bees on a green background, and I think it'll be really fun. Let's get started. Okay, let's set the table. So here's the 4" by 1.5 inch deep canvas panel I flashed in the intro. It's from Michaels. Other places have them. I'm using quote unquote my primaries. Titanium white. Where is it? These are all going to be Liquitex. Mars black. Cad yellow medium hue. Quinacridone magenta. Phthalo blue green shade. Okay, and then it's real fun to take quite a bit of yellow and just a teeny bit of black, and you get a neat kind of olive sagey green. I put quite a bit of yellow, a little bit of black, and a little bit of phthalo blue, and I had 2 puddles of green here. I pretty much used them up. This is phthalo blue, just a little bit of phthalo blue white and some yellow to make an aqua. And then I grabbed a bunch of yellow, a little bit of quinacridone, a little bit of black, and I got a really pretty brown. And so I'm just thinking kind of a third here for the brown area. I think I'm going to put in layers and values of some leaves or petals and kind of have some little flowers or little something here. And then I want to have a bee that kind of comes over the side. Maybe one up here, maybe one going this way, another one, maybe one on the top. We'll have to see. But anyway, I'm going to stop for tonight and I'll be back tomorrow. Oh, wait a minute. You guys, I forgot brushes. 3/4 inch flat brush from Royal and Langnickel. I have a link in this video's description if you want to just get curious and want to check it out. This is a craft brush from Michaels. I think it's 3/8 inch, so it's not quite a 1/2 inch, but I think it's bigger than 1/4. Ooh, it's kind of close. It's in between. I think they'd call it a 3/8 inch. And I just use that for the brown to get a little bit smaller brush stroke. I use this bigger brush to cover quicker. And as long as I'm talking about coverage, I added some white to make the paint more opaque because some of it's transparent. Here. That box is half full, so it's semi-transparent or semi-opaque, whichever way you want to. The cad yellow is the same way, I believe. Really little on the back. And then my phthalo blue green shades, it says it's completely transparent. So anyway, I added a little white just to get coverage, and then sometimes I come back with the color again, if that makes sense. Because if it's really transparent, it can take even more layers to get good depth of color. Just put some white in it, paint it, dry it, and then come back with your color again. Okay guys, I will be back tomorrow. Hey friends, I thought I'd pop in and show you what I'm up to. So I've got another 3/8 inch flat brush. It's not the same one I was using yesterday, but it's the same size. This one I got at Michaels. It says number 10 Craft Smart. And I went down in size so that I can control and kind of hint at, I don't know what's down here. I just like the colors. I'm really liking these colors. I want to paint another one, I think. Excuse me. And I'm kind of hinting at maybe a flower or just leaves and berries. Could be anything. And I thought, well, shoot, I should show it in real time. So all I do is just kind of grab a blob of paint. And I'm also painting an ornament. So I'm going to show you on that. So let's grab a little yellow. Let's just mix here. Sometimes it's easier to mix with your palette knife than it is to mix with your brush, and I can make a bigger puddle. I don't always do that. So I'm just going for a brighter, lighter color. And actually, I think I might need it a little more white. That should be white enough. Of course, sometimes I don't mix these puddles because I get too many puddles going and I run out of room on my little styrofoam plate. If I weren't videoing, I would have a nice big Stay Wet palette. Lots of room to mix and smear and play. But it's nice to get my phone as close as I can to the painting and the palette. Okay, so I'm working on this one too. Maybe I'll just show it close. Isn't that fun? It's a little different than that one, but similar. So I have warm greens and browns, and then I knew that I was going to put a little aqua on it because it's interesting to put a cooler color, but it's not as cool as like straight up phthalo blue and white. I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments if it doesn't. And then I just grab like a blob on my brush. This is still kind of wet. See if I can do it. And then just stick the corner down and you kind of have a blob, or make a little square stroke. And then now my brush is running out of paint. I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe I'll just put one up there. That's kind of fun. And how do I know? You just practice and they turn out different every time. So this brush stroke was just a big fat one and I just squished a lot of paint on it. But I could just sort of emphasize that one. Maybe even grab a little white. Bring it up just a little more. And then how about like a... Oop, isn't that fun? And then maybe we'll just put some like little dots. Oh, I put some brown strokes up here. I'm just kind of looking at the value. Oop, that one's a little more than I wanted. But I like flat. You could do this with a filbert, but I like flat brushes because I can get kind of an angle or a point if I want. Okay, I just thought I would demo that. I'm gonna let this dry and then I think next will be the bees. Let's chat for a second or minute or two here. I was going to start with mixing white. I think I'm going to put mixing white out on my palette. And I haven't used it in a long time, but it says transparent mixing white. The box is completely open. I think that might be fun for the wings. I've done the wings many different ways. You can thin down your white with some water or put some matte medium in it. All those things work. Sometimes I put like a brown behind the wings. Here, I can show you. I've got one sitting here. So I put some brown down behind the wings, let it dry, and then I put some thin titanium white over it. And then these wings are kind of a oval shape. This bee's brown. These bees I went darker in color, which I think is very pretty. But they're also going to look more vibrant on a darker background, whereas this is a lighter background. And I don't know, you guys tell me. I think the background gets less busy. I mean, they're not the same, but gets less busy and pushed back when the bees are a really strong image because they're stripy, there's black, there's white, there's yellow. They're really strong, so they come forward. But I think it kind of quiets down the background. This one might be busier too. Okay, and then what was I going to do? I think that's about it. I put a couple coats of yellow and white and orange just to get coverage. I made a blue-gray for and the light's pretty much just coming from the top. With these, you don't have to be too specific. I think that's about all I want to say, and now I'll just demo. So I'm using this 3/8 inch flat brush. I just chuckle because I make mistakes all the time. We're just having fun here. So I'm putting a little water in this because I want it to flow. You'll notice that the mixing white feels different, and it's also been a long time since I've used it. And so that might be too thin. I'm just kind of like stirring up. Well, sour cream is too thick, but you know how you stir sour cream? Kind of just thinning it, playing with it, see how it feels. Okay. Oh, hopefully that was in frame. Sorry, guys. I'm looking at my tape marks. Okay, I'm going to wipe this off and then just scoop up some on the end of my brush. And I see this bee as we're looking like totally on the back. Whereas this one we're looking up and under. This one we're looking at the side, we're looking at the side, and we're looking at the side. Oh, here, maybe you want to see. And then I added some white dots just because I can't help myself. Oh, we could use a Posca pen and put even more white dots. Or just a little brush. Okay. So I'm thinking, just going to set it down. And sweep. I don't know if you can see, but that is much more transparent. I can even go on a little more. But the other thing we can do is when it dries is we can put another layer on it. Whoop. That makes quite a transparent wing. Yeah, I think I'll just let it dry. Isn't that nice? I haven't used transparent mixing white in a long time, and I think you guys might really like it. Here, as long as we're doing a little demo, I'm going to just rinse out my brush so it isn't, in case I forget about it, it's fairly clean. I'm going to take a little 3/0. Oh gosh, look at my nails. I forgot Emily is my daughter who helps me during the live. She painted my nails. They're pretty sparkly on camera. They're really sparkly out in the sun. Okay, enough about the nails. 3/0 little liner brush from Princeton. It's their Select line. I'm going to grab just a little. We could do gray. So that gray is some of the aqua, a little bit of the blue, some of the black, some white. I think we'll go fairly black. And then we can just put like little, I think I'll go this direction, like just kind of a little dabby. And then maybe, as long as we have this color in our brush, we'll be more efficient. That's fun. And then I just left some of the light gray. So I painted the faces kind of the bluer gray, this color. And then I came back with black and just kind of left a hint of an eye. Oh, we could put legs on these too. I don't know if I want to put legs. A lot of times I do. Yep, that's pretty thick, so let's try this way. Well, that's actually fun. This one I think they have 6 legs, so I put 3 of them on from the side view. I change up, it's just fun to change up how I do the bees. Okay, this one's looking down, so let's, here. Sometimes it takes a couple strokes for me to, and I just, if it doesn't work, my background's dry enough, I painted the background yesterday, I just wash it off. It's one thing nice about acrylics. Well, I kind of wanted those different. Let's give that one a little. And look how light that's drying. I'm out of practice. I don't know if I needed to thin it with that much water. But the nice thing is you can always go back with another layer. But as it's drying, it's getting quite transparent, which maybe you like. All right, now I'm trying to decide, am I going to add legs? I think maybe I will. I'm just not sure what to do with legs on that one. Sometimes you can just put one leg and not worry about it. I could listen to myself. I'm not going to put legs. Well, the legs would kind of come under. Could do that. Let's not talk about them too much. I'm avoiding the one. Well, we better do this one. We could say, instead of this being quite so much under, we could say it's more of a side. Okay, so if we have a leg, do I want it to come down like that? Or we could have it come like that. Kind of do that maybe. I like that. I actually like that that one's a little thicker. And you can come back with some light gray or some black and change how the legs go for you. Same with the antenna. You could add some light gray. Kind of like they're swimming. I'm laughing at that comment, kind of like they're swimming. Okay guys, I'm gonna put on wings and then we're pretty close to done. I'll be back in a bit. Hey, I don't think I've been gone that long. So I've reinforced these wings at least twice, maybe 3 times on the tip of that one. Totally can do that. Here, we'll do another one. The other thing you can do is grab some of your titanium white and kind of, here, I'll do that, and paint in like a little stronger part of the wing. Just kind of paint a little tip or something. There's just a couple different ways you could do it. If you want them a little stronger, I think with this one, I might just want to try the, they say zinc white, mixing white, Oh, I have zinc white is very similar, if I didn't say that before. I have transparent mixing white. Okay, I have to be careful where things are wet. I might let that other wing kind of, it blobbed it. Maybe we'll leave that kind of blobby. Well, that looks stronger when I look through my phone than it does in person. It's also going to dry lighter. Sometimes you should just leave it. I try to fix. It's hard to leave it. Gosh, in college, for fun, I took a flower arranging class, which I thought was funny they had it. But I had a really hard time sticking the flower into the green foamy thing and leaving it. But if you keep pulling it out, you just end up breaking down the green foamy thing. That's kind of a good lesson of, did you see how I didn't go over the original stroke? I kind of moved it to the left and then darken it. I think that helps it look a little bit more like a wing. That's a good lesson that I didn't learn, to leave it alone. Put in the comments if you have a hard time leaving your paintings alone. I'll have to see how these dry, because they dry quite, as I said, quite transparent. Maybe we just want like to strengthen this side a little bit. I really like this. I don't know why I got away from it. I probably just forgot about it or something. And if it dries too light, we can come back and reinforce again with the mixing white or do the titanium white, which I think I've said a couple times. Okay. Yeah, don't worry if you don't hit the same spot. Totally okay. All right, guys, let's give you a quick little tour. This is really fun. I'm excited to paint this one. I think I liked a little bit yellower here. I end up getting kind of white here. I don't know that it really matters. I just kind of like that better. All right, quick tour or screenshot maybe. And then I'll get a little closer. I did shape bees this time. Sometimes I put more speckles in them. I change them up all the time. And I really like that they bend over the edge. Okay, guys, let me know if you give this one a try. I just love that. I love it when you share your art with me in my Leslee Troe Art Friends Facebook group. The link is in this video's description. I think it's in almost all my videos descriptions. Super fun to hang out with you. Really appreciate your support. Great big happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye, guys.